coronavirus has impacted all of us in severe ways, but perhaps one that you haven't thought of is the impact of children. And sadly, in this country, the cases of child abuse, the reported cases, are increasing exponentially. I'm joined by Rebecca Cooper from childhelp.org. And Rebecca, first of all, it is great to see you. It's unfortunate, though, that it's under these circumstances.
Lisa, thank you to you and Carlos and all the news that you're still getting out to everyone. Now more than ever, we need people like you. So thank you so much.
All right. Well, of course, and this is one of those topics that's always difficult to discuss, but really, it not only breaks my heart, but it really upsets me that the children are becoming victims in all of this in terms of child abuse because of the stress, I understand, that their parents are under.
It's a whole number of factors, and we expected this. We saw this coming. Anytime there are periods of national anxiety and stress and economic anxiety, child abuse goes up, and we saw it after the last recession and in times like that. So we knew it was coming, and we know now we're just at the tip of the iceberg. We're still covering the services that we had to increase because of the opioid epidemic. And let me give you some stunning numbers. Our phone calls to the national hotline, 1-800-4CHILD, the Child Help National Hotline, phone calls alone have gone up 20% this month compared to last year, and those are directly related to the pandemic. Our text messages from young people who are reaching out to us have gone up 400% since this time last year. Now, partly that's due to the fact that we added text messaging last year, and people are learning more and more about it as a service available on our hotline. But it's also due to the fact that kids are anxious, they're afraid, and now that they're not in school, they're trapped at home with their abusers in many cases.
You know, and the other thing that dawned on me is that because they're not going to school, oftentimes the teachers are the ones that are mandatory reporters of child abuse when they see kids in their class, and they're not going to school. So now those reports are going unfounded as well.
That's exactly right, because while we're getting more calls to our hotline, the number of forensic cases that are being investigated that are actually the reporters, the mandatory reporters, those have gone down right now. And that's because kids are not going to school. They're not at church. They're not out in the community. And those are the people that we count on to do the reporting. So that's the other reason why we want to let people know all the more about our phone number, 1-800-4CHILD, because anyone can call. And they can also let us know if they even have concerns that someone just may be in trouble because they're not in school at the time. And we can make sure to connect them directly to law enforcement, child family services, and all the other resources that we make sure to connect them to get investigations going.
You know, I think that people that aren't normally reporters of child abuse, neighbors, perhaps other family members that wouldn't normally get involved, what are some of the things they should be looking for? I mean, I know we all have to social distance, so nobody's really around physically. So how can you keep an eye out for kids, especially if you suspect something?
So we've gotten phone calls from concerned relatives, for example, who learned that children who have been left home because some of the parents still have to go out to work, but now they don't have child care, now they don't have school. And in some instances, children have been left with other relatives, family members, boyfriends, and are being abused. The relatives are contacting us because they are trying to get word to child family services, but in some of those instances, those resources are overstretched. And so when they try and reach out to the places that you do call to report these things, they aren't able to as efficiently get through as they need to. We're also seeing reports of some police departments in some cities, Cincinnati, for example, has had to scale back for now the response that they send to the home if they get a phone call. So right now, for example, in Cincinnati, if you call in about an assault, they will only send police to the home if the abuser is still there at the home or if the person is in need of immediate medical attention. So we can be the bridge when they're not able to then respond to take more information about incidents that may have already happened or people that are in fear, experiencing anxiety. One of the things that people can really try and be vigilant about is trying to reach these children via any kind of electronic devices they may have. If they have the ability to FaceTime, to do video calls, to just be able to visibly put an eye on that child is so important. But also just to text a child or drop by the home, if at all possible, to let the people at home know that you are checking in on these kids, and that you want to make sure that everybody's okay. The more people that are going to be losing their jobs and other things like that from this pandemic, the more we know that incidents of abuse are going to go up.
Give me 2 bullet points of something that somebody should be looking out for. What are just 1 or 2, what should they be looking for? What are telltale signs of abuse?
Just ask the children if there's anything that they're anxious about, anything that they want to share. Start a conversation. They may not be willing to divulge everything right away, but at least if they know someone is listening, they may follow up or they may share it in that moment. And use your spidey sense. If you think something may be happening, call us. We're here, and we're grateful. We're grateful for our donors being there to support us right now while we're trying to keep these services going and increase them.
I know you do rely on donors and donations, and we thank all of those that can continue to donate to you because of the great work you're doing. One more time, what is the hotline number and the text number?
Thank you. 1-800-4-CHILD, or they can go online, www.childhelphotline.org, or if they want to make donations, they can go to childhelp.org. Either one, we are here to help. So Lisa, thank you for helping us get the word out.
Of course, Rebecca, I appreciate this, and hopefully we will have better news as soon as all of this craziness stops. Thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you, Lisa.